Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the new Community Day Acrobatics Jumpluff in the Great League. Acrobatics is a flying type clone of Outrage, giving Jumpluff access to a heavy-hitting flying type charge move for the first time. While this is definitely an upgrade for Jumpluff, being a grass flying type Pokemon in a Walrein dominated meta is a definite disadvantage. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches, try out Acrobatics Jumpluff, and see if it is worth the investment for the Great League. Hopping to the first match, picking up a Nightmare Lead Jumpluff into Piloswine. Since the Great League isn't currently available, these are all practice battles done with members of my Discord, so many thanks for the help. Absolutely terrible lead, as I mentioned. We save swapped into the Defense Deoxys, they land an Avalanche, and now they bring in Wigglytuff. Since we took a lot of damage from the Avalanche, we are not going to be able to reach a second move. We go down, and unfortunately, I can't bring Medicham into the Charmer. I have to bring in Jumpluff, but we are going to get outpaced here. And Wigglytuffs almost always have Ice Beam, which does hit for double super effective damage. So my thinking is I will commit the shield. I'm going to farm up to 100 energy. We are going to go for the cheaper energy ball and then hopefully be able to get a shield back with an energy ball versus the Piloswine. We take it out, but they actually bring in their third Pokemon, and it's Talonflame. This is not good at all. So their remaining two Pokemon both have exceedingly good matchups against Jumpluff. We go for the Psychic, and they shield up. I'm going to call a bait. I'm going to let this through. It is just the Flame Charge, and we are going to save the shield at this point. Talonflame. Over farming, I am going to throw just before they get to a charge move and hope that it's a desync CMP tie. That's basically my only chance. They shield the Psychic, and they did throw. We may actually have a chance here. We have a lot of energy on Jumpluff, so I'm going to bring in the Jumpluff. And now I am going to have to commit the shield. We have a decent amount of energy. I just have to watch for them to bring in the Piloswine, which they do. We throw a Bullet Seed, and now we're going for the Energy Ball. Energy Ball should KO. The question is, can we get to an Acrobatics, and will it be enough to KO the Talonflame? We do get to the Acrobatics. Come on, Jumpluff. Can you take down a Talonflame? Yes, it can. Despite absolutely terrible matchups, Jumpluff able to get the job done. Hopping to the next match, picking up more of a neutral lead, we have Jumpluff into Umbreon. In situations where both charge moves are neutral, like in the Umbreon matchup, Acrobatics is more efficient, so I do go for the Acrobatics, and it does a nice chunk of damage onto the Umbreon. Unfortunately, Umbreon is still in a range where one more Acrobatics will not KO, so I'm going to need two charge moves either way. So at this point, I'm just going to go for back-to-back Energy Balls after I land the Acrobatics, since Energy Ball is 5 energy cheaper, and we can easily survive this next charge move from the Umbreon. So it does look like that Jumpluff is able to win the Zero Shield versus Umbreon, which is quite nice, as this will be taking them out or forcing a shield. They do commit the shield. Honestly, that is fine by me. They throw, I'm going to let this go, and I'm going to get a nice farm down on the Medicham, as Medicham with shield advantage and energy advantage is extremely deadly. They bring in Charm Alolan Ninetales. So not a great matchup, but with an energy lead, we are able to reach the Psychic. Psychic does big damage. We bring in Defense Deoxys, and the final Pokemon is Politoed. And with a shield advantage, Defense Deoxys is in a commanding position. We go for the Thunderbolt, and Thunderbolt connects. From here, we are in a very, very comfortable spot, as we can, if we want to, commit a shield, farm down, and then we're going to be able to reach double Psycho Boost to take out the Alolan Ninetales. So at this point, this game is over. All we had to do is shield once to preserve a little bit of health, since those charms will chunk, but we are able to reach the back-to-back Psycho Boosts. First one gets the shield, they throw, I'm more than willing to shield just so we can guarantee that victory. But again, Jumpluff did pretty well in that neutral matchup, able to force a shield advantage, and with that shield advantage and an energy advantage, the back line was able to get the job done. Picking up a Nightmare Lead in the next match, Jumpluff into Altaria. We save switch into Defense Deoxys, and things are not getting any better as we are met with Cofagrigus. I go for the Thunderbolt, but Cofagrigus is exceedingly tanky, survives that like it's nothing, and then fires back with the Shadow Ball to get the KO. I'm in a really tough spot right now. I had zero chance of flipping switch, so now I'm going to need to overfarm a ton with Jumpluff to try and see if I can find a win con. They land the Shadow Ball, that's fine, we can easily tank that. We farm up to 100 energy, and now we're going for the Energy Ball, which should be enough to KO, and this leaves us 2 Bullet Seeds short of an Acrobatics versus the Altaria. Landing this is very important, as one Ice Punch does not one-shot, but if we land this chip damage, which we do, it is now in Ice Punch range, and we can bring in the Medicham. They throw energy, I have to shield everything here, and my hope is that they stay in, which they do. This means that they very well could be weak to Medicham in the back, and I'm hopeful that in the 2 shields, despite their energy lead, we are going to be able to outpace and reach our 3rd Ice Punch before they reach a 3rd Sky Attack. Sky Attack number 2, this does take the last shield, and now it's going to be a race. We go for the Ice Punch. This is going to be extremely close. Are we going to be able to outpace the Altaria? Yes, we are. We get to the move, and this will be taking out the Altaria. The question is, what is in the back that does not want to see Medicham? And it is Galarian Stunfisk. I'm planning to try and catch the Earthquake, but they just end up going for the Rock Slide. Rock Slide will not KO. I do survive it, and now we're over-farming quite a bit and going for the Ice Punch. This is going to be very close. I'm not sure if I can get to a second Ice Punch. We bank it, we switch into the Jumpluff, and they do throw a charge move. We do have the Ice Punch banked. The question is this going to be enough to take them out? This is going to be incredibly close. Come on, Medicham. Ice Punch just does not take them out. Tried to fight back, just not able to get the win. Picking up a great lead in the next match, Jumpluff into Empoleon. The whole team does well against Empoleon. I try and catch a Drill Peck, but the opponent holds on to the energy and they bring in Mandibuzz. This is not the best matchup. We are both able to hit for super effective damage, but Defense Deoxys just gets significantly outpaced. Going for the Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt does connect, does some nice damage, but again, we just get so outpaced. At this point, I'm not really seeing a point in shielding, so I am willing to let the Defense Deoxys go down, and actually, we are going to see if Jumpluff can put in some work. I do overfarm slightly on the Jumpluff, and now we're going for Acrobatics, and Acrobatics actually takes out the tanky Mandibuzz. Now the question is, do they come back in with Empoleon, which has a move? They do not. They bring in Charm Alolan Ninetales. It is very nice to see the Alolan Ninetales here. I go for the Energy Ball bait. We're able to get the shield, which is nice. Unfortunately, I will need to shield the Weather Ball, but then I'm going to try and land the Acrobatics, as Acrobatics will be doing the most possible damage. Going for the Acrobatics, hoping for the no shield. It does land, which is huge. Can we get to a move? Going for the Energy Ball, and we're able to get there. This should be forcing the last shield or taking them out. They actually decide to let it go. We bring in Medicham, and they have the Empoleon. Empoleon does have energy, but we do survive a Drill Peck, so I'm able to let that through. And from here, we are in a very comfortable position where Medicham will be able to shield up, commit to the farm down, and we are going to be able to get the win. Hopping to the next match, leading Jumpluff into Altaria. Again, a miserable lead. We are going to save switch into Deoxys, and the opponent is not switching out. This gives me hope, because if they stay in, that should free up Jumpluff for later in the match. We tank the Sky Attack, but then they bring in their own Defense Deoxys, so they actually do end up switching out, and at this health difference, I can't fight for switch advantage, so when they throw a charge move, I'm just going to let my Deoxys go down. That is quite unfortunate. And then I'm going to bring in my Jumpluff right away, since my switch timer is almost up anyway. I am going to be going for the Acrobatics as soon as I get it. Acrobatics will not KO, but it will do significant damage, even on one of the Great League's tankiest Pokemon in Defense Deoxys. They go for the Psycho Boost, we tank that just fine, and they go for the back-to-back. So again, Jumpluff, quite tanky, we can absorb those hits, and I am going to commit to the Bullet Seed down, and we're very close to an Acrobatics, and like that earlier Altaria lead, we're going to go for Acrobatics to get it into Ice Punch range, and then hopefully Medicham with 2 shields can close in the back. We bring in the Medicham, and if you notice, they are not switching out. Hopefully this means that they are weak to Medicham in the back. They do commit the shield, and at this point, I'm committing to Medicham as the win con, so I will double shield if need be. We are going to be able to outpace the Altaria in this matchup. I go for the Ice Punch as soon as I get it to force that final shield or get rid of the energy. They do commit the shield, and they decide to throw. My health is starting to get low, which is quite unfortunate. I do commit the shield. They switch, and the final Pokemon is Ferrothorn. I count to 4, switch, and we're able to catch the Power Whip. It's going to be double resisted on Jumpluff. Can we get to the acrobatics here? We are farming up, but they're running Mirror Shot. The question is Mirror Shot enough to KO here? And it is. I bring in the Medicham, and I'm going to be going for the Psychic. At this point, I'm just hoping for the Hail Mary debuff. Come on, Psychic. Please debuff. It does, but we are not able to counter down. I needed to leave with a move. They survive on very low HP, and we lose a close game. Picking up a pretty neutral lead in the next match, Jumpluff into Obstagoon. I do have 2 better responses in the back, but I do want to try and get some damage off on the Obstagoon, and then I am going to be swapping. We go for the Acrobatics. Acrobatics connects, does big damage. We switch into the Defense Deoxys, and we bait out Haunter. Definitely good to see the Haunter here, so that way our Medicham will not have to face it, but either way, Haunter is a pretty big core breaker for the team. We go for the Psycho Boost. I'm willing to let this go down in case they bait. They do bait, we survive on very low health, and we get off the second Psycho Boost. This Psycho Boost does connect and gets that Haunter extremely low. I'm going to bring in Jumpluff and commit to the farm down. This could be a Sludge Bomb. I shield up, and it is the Sludge Bomb, so that was a very fortunate shield on my part. They do bring back in the Obstagoon, and I'm going for the Acrobatics, going for the kill shot. We do get the shield. I try and snipe with the Medicham, but they throw a move. Did we catch the Gunk Shot? We did not. Just the Night Slash, and the final Pokemon is their own Defense Deoxys. We do have a shield advantage, which is nice. I think I have to save the shield for the Jumpluff in this situation, just in case that Obstagoon does have Gunk Shot, as that would be doing massive damage. I'm going to let through whatever they throw. They do go for the Thunderbolts, that's totally fine, but they're going to have a tough time countering down Medicham, as it is resisted and Medicham is very bulky. We do go for back-to-back Ice Punches. This will be getting them quite low. The goal is to hopefully force them into throwing, since they're not going to be able to counter down, and they do throw. That is absolutely perfect. And now, it's time to see if Jumpluff can clutch. In comes the Obstagoon, and they go for the move. Are they baiting? I am going to shield, and it is the Gunk Shot. That is a huge shield by us. From here, we are in the driver's seat of this match. They're only going to be able to reach a Night Slash. We are going to be able to farm down and get to the move versus the Defense Deoxys. Acrobatics will be doing more than enough to take them out, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Jumpluff into Shadow Zapdos. This is incredibly bad. I'm going to save switch into Defense Deoxys, and the opponent is not swapping out. We do survive any one charge move, so I am going to let this through. It's the Thunderbolt, and that does huge damage. I farm up to the back-to-back Psycho Boost, and Psycho Boost should do some solid damage against the Glassy Zapdos. They shield, and then they make a very nice catch, catching the Psycho Boost onto their Swampert. It's actually the Shadow Swampert, so even when debuffed, that still does a significant amount of damage, and then they throw the Hydro Cannon as soon as they get it on the CMP tie. I'm going to bring in the Jumpluff right away, as we can commit to the Bullet Seed farm down. All I will have to do is shield a potential Sludge Wave. So I do commit the shield, it is the Sludge Wave, and now we are going to be able to farm down and leave with some energy. All charge moves are resisted, but I'm going to be going for the Acrobatics. Let's see how much this does. Acrobatics almost KOs. Oh my goodness. Jumpluff doing damage. We bring in the Medicham, and it's a simultaneous swap into Machamp. So at this point, we're in a very comfortable position to close out the match. We go for the Ice Punch just to get the shield, just in case they did happen to have payback. I don't have any shield, so if they have it, they do. But they do not. They have Cross Chop. We are going to be able to farm down, as we do survive the back-to-back charge moves. Second Cross Chop does not KO. We farm down. We're able to reach the Ice Punch, and Ice Punch will be taking care of the Shadow Zapdos. So even in a pretty rough matchup, Acrobatics hitting very hard. And hopping to the final match, leading Jumpluff into Scrafty. This is a very positive lead for us. Unfortunately, there is quite a bit of lag, and they switch into Galarian Stunfisk. I'm going to be going for the Energy Ball to get some chip damage, and then we're going to bring in Medicham. Medicham, I'm hoping should be able to counter down without having to shield because of that chip damage. They go for the Earthquake, that's fine, but we should be able to counter down before they reach a second, and they're only able to reach the Rock Slide. That is very, very nice. And now we have the Ice Punch ready if they bring back in the Scrafty, but they bring in Nidoqueen, and I click on the wrong move. We go for the Ice Punch. They actually called it I was blind Ice Punching, a very nice play. Now we're going for the Psychic. Psychic does get the shield. They're going to be able to farm down, but at this point, we should be in a very comfortable position as we have Defense Deoxys, which has a dominating matchup against Nidoqueen up a shield. They go for the Earth Power. That is totally fine. I'm going to overfarm and then throw it kind of a weird time, so that way I can avoid the move being caught. We go for the Psycho Boost. It takes them out, and now in comes the Scrafty. I'm going to let this go. I'm saving the shields for Jumpluff, and they decide to bait me. At this point, I'm like, you know what? I want Jumpluff to finish off this match. So I'm going to let this go down, and we're going to see what Jumpluff can do. In comes Jumpluff, and Jumpluff charging with the Bullet Seeds, and we're going to be going for the Acrobatics. I will commit the shield on the first. They do go for the foul play. That's totally fine. Again, we would have survived the foul play, but I have the shields. I may as well use them. We do get the shield, but now with shields down, Jumpluff is going to be able to reach the Acrobatics. We can tank this foul play, no problem. So we're going to let that through. Go for the Acrobatics. Acrobatics will be taking care of that Scrafty, and that is a good game. And now some final thoughts on Acrobatics Jumpluff. Having a heavy-hitting flying-type charge move is a definite plus for Jumpluff, and especially for a Pokemon that has as low of an attack stat as Jumpluff does, having access to a move that does hit fairly hard is quite nice. However, the downside is being a grass flying type in a meta absolutely overrun with Nidoqueen and Walrein, its typing is not doing it a lot of favors at the current moment. I think this could be a very solid pick for limited metas, especially metas where Walrein is not allowed, as I'm expecting next Great League Remix Cup, Walrein's probably going to be on the ban list. But outside of that, in the Open Great League, it's something you can run, but you absolutely have to make sure that you have multiple responses to Walrein, because if you don't, poor Jumpluff is absolutely going to be walrus food. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.